Cool, I'm on. Okay, it is time. Here we go. I am ready for anything. And yeah, it is Sunday, December 24th, 2023. I think I talked about this before. I don't know why I date it, but I think it's easier for documenting and all that good stuff. It's good to document and make sure that things are what they are. So, yeah, so I'm just documenting. That's why I say the time and everything. Actually, one of my podcasts I listen to is Bill Burr, and all the time in the beginning of his podcast lets you know when it was when he's about to do the podcast. I mean, a lot of times, yes. Once I hear old podcast, I don't listen to it, but I do listen to the first part because that's the current one. But I have listened to ones before that, but it just helps documenting all of that good stuff and seeing where things are and all that. I shouldn't be yawning, just woke up. Um, so yeah, today is Christmas Eve. I just purchased my kids' not birthday, Christmas presents. I know that's kind of weird and lame, I guess. And one of my son's iPad, which he loves, is back at the shop and they're closed until Tuesday. So, and he has another iPad. So he can use that, play with that, so he can use Roblox from other people and all that good stuff. But yeah, we just purchased their presents yesterday, and it's not gonna come until later in the week, which is kind of bizarre if you think about it out loud. But you know, I guess busyness, laziness, it comes from all corners. Like this year, since they really do have mostly everything that they need or want, you know, we just did an Amazon splurge. So it's essentially get whatever you want on Amazon. And actually it came out to be cheaper. So yeah, so I don't know why we did that. I think it's gonna work out just fine. And we shall see. Right now they're currently with with my mom. I'll pick them up later this morning and play with them. Probably do some gingerbread cookies and all that good stuff. And I'm looking forward to just relaxing, chilling with them and seeing how all that stuff goes. But other than that I don't have much to say, I guess. Still dealing with Amazon right now. I did, because it was 10 business days, as the attorney told me about the trademark. So I did that on Friday, submitted it, and they instantly rejected it. I do believe it was a bot because they look for certain things. And I do have an LLC that I'm doing my business, my everyday beings as a DBA. So that could be the hiccup, but that's actually okay. I mean, people do that all the time. So right now I appealed it. I gave them more documents, and that's been since Friday morning. And I thought they'll probably make a decision over the weekend, but they have not. And usually it's not the case all the time, but in my case of what I have witnessed with the appeal process with Amazon is if they take a longer time in order to review it, for the most part, that means that a human is actually reviewing it and it's going to eventually be approved, you know? So we shall see. If they don't approve it, I did submit one document that had my old DBA on there. And I'll just buy some coffee underneath Everyday Beans, and that should be official and all that good stuff. But we shall see in the next couple of days, and I do need to get some more coffee anyway. So yeah, it's a process. I did reach out to the bag designer. They did not get back to me. And again, I'm not gonna blame them. I reached out to them about 4 o'clock on a Friday. So, and it's holiday weekend and week. So people are taking, the whole week off next week. But I still plan to hopefully get in contact with somebody on Tuesday or even Wednesday and see how that goes, just to get an idea where it's at, because I did find, I think ended up going with somebody on Fiverr in order to do my images. It's a third of the price, and they relatively do the same thing. And then I get 15 images instead of 5. But there's some work that I need to do in order to get that happen. To make that happen, I need to make sure that I do have all the images that I think I want. I need to take images of my bag and all that good stuff. And once that happens, I think things are going to be looking really well for Everyday Beans on Amazon. So, and I do need to take a couple things to the warehouse so I can get things set up, kind of get an idea of what needs to happen and all that. And I think what I'll do is I'll have it set up in a way. And then I don't know if I'm going to be ready by mid-January, but we shall see. And then, yeah, so we'll see. That's the way I see it, just because things take a long time. And once it's up, I believe. And then I can really start to extract what I need to extract out of my understanding what's going on with that. But yes, Amazon is still driving me crazy. So I need to do the listing. I have to do the listing. I need to. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. It really is. And I don't even think I'm really frustrated anymore. It is what it is, this is the process that I have to follow in order to get things done, you know? So even if I did know the actual blueprint, the trail, so to speak, it doesn't matter. It has to get done. This is the way that things are set up in order for it to happen the way you want to. So yeah, so that's the thing that I'm currently dealing with. And I would say a couple of months, even a week or a couple of weeks ago to a month, it frustrated me. But now it doesn't really. It is what it is, because that's how things are in life, right? You think that it's a smooth sailing type of situation. Excuse me, and it's not. And that's life, right? So you just pick up your pens and do the work, and then you look up, you're like, oh, you completed that. And then we go to the next thing, other challenges, and move forward. I think the reason why I'm not so much worried about this as much too is because I think Amazon will be the key to me growing the business the way I would like to. For the longest, I really had the thoughts and the goal is to be like pretty much any other specialty coffee brand or company, which is to sell high-end coffees to people. But truthfully, that's not the case. And again, it's just like starting Amazon and starting the process. Things are they're not as much they're not as what you think they are. When you get into the actual process of figuring things out. And the reason why I say that is because I'll talk about this more in a upcoming podcast episode, is that the consumers are very, especially in the specialty type of world of coffee, they're not consistent. In their mind, they are consistent, which they are. They just want good tasting coffee, right? But they don't care so much about you, about your brand, you know? They want to taste it, they want to experience it, and then they want to move on to the next thing. And that's how a business fails. And when you keep chasing that, that's how things don't work out for you. You need consistent clients. You need people who want to buy your coffee all the time without a subscription, where they just look up and they're out of coffee and they're like, "Oh, I need to get some more coffee." That's the client that you want, you know? And that's not really possible with the the everyday specialty coffee type of people. Yeah, I can put elevations and the producers on the bag and all that good stuff, but that doesn't really matter, because even if you do, they just go away after a nice, good taste, right? That's what I've witnessed. And coffee is a weird thing to where you want to be able to reach as many people as you can at a decent, respectable price, you know? But how do you do that really? How do you do that locally? How do you do that without a storefront, you know? How do you do that without a real true following, you know? And how do you get people to change their minds to want to get something that's better, you know? And I believe that's Amazon. Amazon, everybody has. Nobody blinks at paying close to $200 for the year for Amazon subscription, right? Because it's cool, right? You can click, search, click, and then you're done, right? And then a day or two, sometimes even a couple more days, as it will be for my kids' presents, ordering on Christmas Eve. They're going to be here in a couple of days. I don't have to search the store, and that's pretty cool, you know? And if I do work the plan, I do get the coffee out there, I give out samples, I reach out into the community, I start doing more things in order for people to realize that what I have is amazing, and they don't have to wait X amount of days, Yeah, I mean, I don't mind roasting the coffee if you order it on the website, but they can get the coffee almost instantly. That's pretty cool, right? I think that's cool, you know? And that's what I believe in, And I think that's the part that's driving me more than anything. You are, you know? I'm giving you something that you're so used to and comfortable doing. And it's ironic that most of the specialty people frown upon Amazon coffee, right? I understand. Yeah, you have to roast it a lot earlier. and you have to sit in a warehouse for X amount of time, right? I figured out that system, but right now, I yeah, there's drawbacks to everything, right? But truthfully, believe it or not, having coffee that's like a couple days fresh is not really the business. And even coffee is amazing after a month. Yeah, I said it. I'll say that more and more because that's the truth. But yeah, there are drawbacks to this, there's drawbacks to everything, but you're more so meeting people where they're at. And one of my things that I love to do with business in general, kind of give you an idea of what I'm thinking and how things really work with me and how I see things, is that I'll take your word for it, right? I'll listen to your wants and needs. I really take that to heart. But truthfully, I'm watching your actions. I'm seeing how you're doing things. That's the most honest thing that you provide me. It's a gift, actually, because I'd rather it be that way. At first, I used to be mad about that, but it's really something that it's amazing to really watch how people move and groove and interact in their lives, because, at the end of the day, it's coffee, right? It's coffee, it's a beverage. You put hot water over it, something magical comes out. You either drink it black or you do something else to it, you know, enhance it. That's what it is, as a simple form, That's exactly what it is. And how do you get that to people that's used to whatever they're used to? And trust me, it's one of those things to where I know that it's gonna be beyond retail, right? It's gonna be wholesale, that's gonna be play a part. But at the end of the day, the people with wholesale are going to trust the product more, as I think about it, if it makes sense, as if it's consumed by their customers already. So that's what I'm leaning towards right now. That's what I'm leaning into. And that's why the process is what it is. That's why I'm not getting mad anymore about it. It is what it is. Hell, all this stuff right here is going to help me in the future. I'm not going to say exactly what it is, but it's going to help me in the future to where when things get really moving and grooving, it's going to be a drop in the bucket. I'll be like moving like a rocket ship. And, one of the biggest things that I am truly looking forward to next year as I figure out my blogging situation, getting better images, because that's really one of the hardest parts of it. And then recording, and of course, these podcasts, is that I want to get back to you, as cheesy as that may sound. I want to give you a reason to enjoy coffee again. I want to be that person to where you look forward to coming to the website, not even necessarily buying anything, like either listening to a podcast or listening to tips and tricks. I haven't told you what I'm about to do this year coming, and I'm looking forward to it. I'm really just changing a lot of things in the house, getting the warehouse ready, and then figuring out my video scheme and all that stuff. I am going to flood you with kindness and care and tips and tricks and things in order to help you on your coffee journey. And hopefully, it's not just a journey of coffee, it's a journey in life, just something to give you something to really like look forward to. That's what I want to do. And that's what I'm going to do. And that is going to be quite amazing. So I'm looking forward to it. So that's why Amazon or anything I have to do to get ready to prepare, it's not a setback. It is what it is. It's part of the journey. It's part of the trail. You know, it's not even like a pebble on the ground. It's part of the trail. It's that hairpin. It's that turn. It's that downhill blind that you don't see. It's all of that. It's not that it's bad or like it's gonna piss me off, so I have to make my new path. No, this is what the path is. That's quite amazing. The unknown, and I'm wanting to get closer to give that to you, you know? So yeah. So yeah, I don't it's interesting. I don't when I don't have a topic, sometimes I'm extremely anxious and I kind of have an idea of what I want to talk about, but you really don't know where it's going. And I'm so happy that I was able to just speak out what I speak just now. And I'm looking forward to the next thing. So that's it. I'm going to go walk the dog, stretch a little bit, take it easy today, get the kids and enjoy my time with them. And I hope you enjoyed the time with me. So talk to you later. Bye.